Hello, this is Talon with Old Guy Stuff on Busy Corner Lane. Earlier today I was helping somebody that was coming into Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate from one of the newer games and needs some help in understanding some stuff. What you see on the screen right here is somebody else that came in to help the other person. So he's got two experienced people helping him. And we're going to talk about the armor setup, especially with regards to this area over here where you can put in some gems. I would consider this to be a pretty complete setup. When I played a game and people come into my room where I go in somebody else's room, the very first thing I do is check out everybody's setup. I can right away tell if somebody is either new to the game or they're coming from one of the newer games and never played Monster Hunter Generations, Ultimate, or the Monster Hunter 3 games. And I'm not sure about Monster Hunter 4. I think Monster Hunter 4, you use gems also, but I can't actually hold a Nintendo DS, so I never played a game. Okay, so this guy's got a pretty complete setup here, right? He's filled in these item slots, except for one. So this other guy, he's got a mixed match set, and that doesn't mean anything to me though. My favorite sets in some of the games are mixed, but these are empty. He's got attack up small. These are empty. Okay, he could easily turn attack up small and attack up large. So let's look at his detail page. We have this yellow line. That yellow line separates what's active and what's not active. To be active, your sum must be 10 or higher. Now, people that have played the game a lot and they understand all this, you don't really need this information. You already know it. This is just for the newer people. Now, if you're an experienced person and you think I've left something out, then please leave a comment, because the whole goal of this video is to help people out. So you may know something that I'm not covering. You can put it in the comments and help somebody out. To me, that's going to make the game better. Okay, but I need 8 more points on attack to make attack plus large, and I can get those 8 points with these slots right there. Okay, so this is the guy's a setup here, and he added a bishop talisman. Okay, and a bishop talisman they give you, I believe in Burna Village, the chief gives it to you. You have to do it a couple very rudimentary things near the very beginning of the game. And he's even got a slot on his weapon now, so he's got 7 open slots. Okay, so the character I was using today was Peppy, and I bought some armor just to do this video. My defense is 491. Hey, not a really good G rank defense, but this is G rank armor. I have not upgraded it, and that is on purpose. Okay. When I look at my active skills, I got Rationer. That's because the drop pieces of the armor add up to 10 points on that. I'll show you that in a moment. Look at all these open slots and the fact that I'm not using a charm. I see this most often. So if you're a new person, you got all these open slots, you can actually do something with that. And we're going to show you how to do that. So I'm looking over here in my details. Light Eater, which is also known as Rationer, is 10 points. That's all I need. It's active. It's gonna work for me. I'm not going to tell you what all these skills will do. There's an app that you can get from the App Store, absolutely free, and you can look at that under the skill tree and it'll tell you all that. Okay. I have 9 for guard. If I added 1 more point, I could have guard plus 1. And then I have blunt and constitution are 6 and 3. Okay. So now let's go over here, and what we're seeing on this page, page 19 out of 20 on my equipment box, and I'm only going to be looking at these 2 sets right here, and the one on the right that says it's equipped, that's the one I just bought that is not upgraded. The one just to the left of it has been upgraded. In fact, I even did the transmog or exact, I don't remember how you say it, but I did a thing where the armor looks like something else. Okay, so now what we're going to look at is this armor is 98. I can see that over here where it says the defense is 98 for the Khonshu helm. But if I upgrade it, it goes to 140. So it's 42-point increase. The chest is Droth. It's 88, but it can go to 130. Another 42-point increase. Fan braces, 98 to 140. The waist pieces, 88 to 130, and the boots are 88 to 130. So everything's an increase of 42. So I can go up 210 points total defense just by doing the upgrades on the armor. Okay, and what I'm showing right now, if you're just looking at this area over here going down, this is a mixed match set, and that's because Droth armor only has the chest, waist, and boots, and Khonshu armor only has the headpiece and the van braces. So when I'm looking at the armor that's not upgraded, it's 491, and it goes to 701 if I upgrade it. Okay, so I have all these slots I can put something in, and I can put a charm in. So let's see what we can do. Rationer is already part of the deal, because that's part of Droth. To get my gems, I go over to the guy that can make the weapons for us. Not the ones where we buy the weapons or buy the armor, but the one that can make the weapons and make the armor. He can make the gems also, the decorations. So I'm just going to buy the ones that I want to have the skills I want. And again, you can read the app and find out what those skills do. But I really like fungi form. I need to get 5 of those because the fungi forms are going to give you 2 points each. So I need to get 10 points. So I need 5 of them. So I'm going to get 5 of those. Stand fast. To get half, to negate half the stun, I need 10 points. To negate stun totally, I need 15. So I need either 5 of these for 10 points, or I need 8 of them to get 15 or more. Okay, and over here shows me what I need to make them, and I've got choices. So I might have enough to make, say, 5 out of this, and I need to go to this one here to make the extra ones. Okay, I can get Shackle, which is bind resistance for 2 points, but I need 5 of those. Microbial will give me biology for 2 points. I need 5 of those. Or I need to get 15 points, which means I need 8. This one's for bleeding. That's 2 points. This one's for Soratorium Soul. That's for 2 points. Now, either the armory guy can put those in my armor, in those open slots, or I can go to the box in the house, go to Manage Equipment, Set Decorations, and do it there. I pick the armor piece I want to put the decorations in, click on that, and then I can start filling them in from this menu here. They'll highlight. When you click here, they'll highlight, and then you can put them in. Okay. So I'm going to put in Antidote Jewel 2, and over here a Stand Fast. They're a wind resistance and a safe, and if you've played this game a lot and you already know what's going on, you'll realize I'm making a huge mistake. But I see this a lot. I think it's important that new people understand what the mistake is and why it's a mistake. And the fact that even though it looks like it did something good, it didn't. So trust me, I know that I'm doing this wrong. Okay. But Tectonic, I'm putting Tectonic in the ways, and Defense Lock and Disabler. Okay. I go to the boots, and I'm going to put it in attack and artillery. And I'm going to look at my status, and I've still only got 1 active skill, Rationer. But if I look over here, I mean, other than the weapon, everything is filled in. Certainly, I've got to have something out of that. So let's look at the details here, the skill tree, right? I still only have 1 thing above that yellow line. 1 thing is 10 points or more, and that's what I started with. I still have 9 for guard, and everything else that's in here. But people will look at these numbers, and I think the assumption is, hey, all these numbers are in here. I've got to have anti-theft and defense, lock, and artillery. Because I've got these numbers, I've got to have it. and it's not active, so it doesn't really do you any good. So this is what I'm going to do. This is how I will set it up if it's me, okay? Not necessarily I'm going to have these skills, but just say I want these skills. So mycology. So I'm going to put 2 of them in the helmet. So I'm going to fill the helmet up with 2 of them. The male, I'm going to fill that one up with 1. And the vambraces is going to have 2, so that's 5. 2, 1, and 2 make 5. There were 2 points each. 2 times 5 is 10. I'm going to have 10 points for mycology. So now it's going to be an active skill. Okay? It's going to be an active skill. If you're writing this stuff down, don't. Seriously, don't. I mean, if you just hear it and see it being done, you can run through the process a couple times and you'll know it. You'll be good at it. It's not really going to be that difficult. Okay? So you don't need to write things down. Maybe I should have said that 10 minutes ago. Okay, so, but when I look over here, there's a skill tree, right? At the details, I got mycology. It's above this line. I've got 10 points in the sum. That gives me the active skill. And I can look and see that I've got 4 points in the helmet, 2 points in the male, and 4 points in the vambraces. So when I'm looking at somebody else's setup, I take a quick picture of that. I know what gems they're putting in what. So once I buy that armor, I can see what I'm missing and say, oh, I need an extra 4 points here. Then I know I can put it in there. All right, so let's see. So I got my mushroom answer now. Now I'm looking at the waist piece and the boots. I'm going to put in 3 bind resistance in the waist, 2 bind resistance in the boots. That's 5 of them. They're 2 points each. 5 times 2 is 10. So I'm going to have bind resistance now. But I decided since I had 9 for guard, I want to get 1 more guard. Now the only way to get that is I got to go have the gem made. So I'm going to go over to the armory guy. I'm going to scroll through all the pages, find out where guard is, and get him to make it for me. So I get him to make it for me. I'm going to ask him to put it in. So that's why I've got set decorations in red now. I got to pick a weapon that can guard. So if you actually look at it, like my dual blades won't guard, my switch axe won't guard, my hammer won't guard, hunting horn, the insect blades, those won't guard. What's going to guard out of what I have? The different kinds of lances, the great swords, the sword and shield, and the charge blades. So I can put that gem in one of those and equip it. I choose this one, the sword and shield, just because I like the purple sharpness that it's got up here. And it's got 3 slots. So that's why I'm going for that. So I get that, I put in my guard. Then I'm going to go back to my house and I'm going to go into the box and look at all this stuff, right? And so right now I'm looking at my active skills and I'm actually doing this, I think, with status. And rationer came with the armor. Mushroom answer is my yellow ones. Guard +1 is the white one I put on the weapon. Negate bind, that are the 5 white ones down here with the waist and the boots. Blight proof comes from the charm, which is actually a blight resistance 7. And I added 3 blight resistance charms because I didn't have the triple charm. So I just added 3 individuals. That gave me 3 points. That made me 10. So when I'm looking over here, okay, I've got negate bind, blight proof, guard +1, rationer, and mushroom answer. If I'm doing this at HR 9 and I've got my defense up to 701 because I just did the harvest tour for Ruined Pinnacle over and over and over until I just couldn't stand it anymore. I have everything I need to do all these upgrades and get all this stuff. Plus I'll get lots of charms. Some of them will be good and some of them won't. But I'll get lots of stuff that I can use and fill up my armor that's going to give me skills that I like for the fights. Okay? Like I would want to have bind resistance if I'm fighting Nurscala. I'd like to have poison also, but no way I could have put that in right now. But bind resistance is helpful for that. It's helpful for Legambis or anything that can snow blight you, like a Gammoth. So, you know, those are really helpful skills to go with. Okay, so That's my basics for the setup. There's like a addendum I could do to this, but I decided not to because we're already hitting 15 minutes. But that's enough information to go on to be able to build your armor. I will say this though, when I am playing, I do most of my playing, at least up until I finish out Talca. I do almost every single quest using the palicos. I will make the armor for the Lao Shan Lung quest just because I'm not using a palico in that. I don't want to get too close to the monster. I like to be able to shoot at him. So up until that time, I am using palicos for every single quest, and I'm saving my money and all my resources. So when it comes time to do that particular quest, I can make the armor I want and have it set up the way I want, be able to do all the upgrades. So, do you have to do that? Absolutely not. Adapt your playstyle so that you have fun playing, because you got the game. The purpose of the game is to have fun. But I just want to help you out, because if you've got all these open slots and you're not using them, you actually might be making things a little harder on yourself than it needs to be. And in that case, it might not be as fun as it could be. So I'm just trying to help you out. If you're, a veteran of all this stuff, and you think of something that I haven't said, or you think you can say it in a little bit better way, please leave a comment that's going to be constructive to help people that are trying to improve on their game. This is Talon with Old Guy Stuff at Busy Corner Lane. Have a safe, happy, peaceful, wonderful day, and goodbye.